Welcome! This video is for your Week 10 assignment on major and minor scales. You'll notice in the assignment directions that the first page is just a review on the whole step and half step patterns that major and minor scales use, some definitions of whole steps and half steps, and then a piano keyboard so you can use that to figure out the whole steps and half steps that you're going to use. So if you scroll down to the second page, that gives you your directions for the assignment. So we're going to go ahead and pop over to NoteFlight. I've already logged in. I clicked on New Score, so I'm going to set that to be a shared score, like we're always going to do. If I click up where it says Edit Title, I'm going to put Scales somewhere in the title. You can make your title longer than that. And then I'm going to enter my name where it says the composer. To make it a little easier on us, let's click on this bottom staff, go up to the Staff menu and click on Remove Staff, just so we don't have two staffs stacked on top of each other to deal with. Now, our assignment directions tell us that we need to start by writing the D major scale, ascending and descending, so going up and going down. So I'm just going to go ahead and start. I'm going to find D, and I'm going to write all of the notes. I'm not going to worry about sharps or flats right now. Remember, I do get to use at least two different rhythms, so we'll bring some different rhythms into this. Okay, so I have my ascending D major scale. Let's go ahead and write descending as well, so coming back down. Change some rhythms, give it a different sound. Let's use some 16th notes here. And then I'm back to D, so that's where I need to stop, so I've gone up to D and come back down. So now I have to figure out if I need to use sharps or flats in here. So here's where I can come back and I can look at the major scale pattern. All major scales use this pattern of whole steps and half steps. And then I can come down to the keyboard and I can see, okay, D to E is a whole step, E to F sharp is a whole step. Okay, so I need to come back and add an F sharp. So I'm going to click on both of my Fs and make that an F sharp. Okay, so then I need to go from F sharp to a half step higher. So F sharp to G is a half step. Okay, so G, and then A to A is a whole step. To B is a whole step. I'm going to skip the C at the top because I need to go a whole step higher. So just going to C would be a half step. So I need to go to C sharp to get a whole step. So that means I need to make both of my C's. C sharp. Remember, we never mix sharps or flats in the scale. If you're confused about if you're supposed to use C sharp or D flat, remember you use each letter name once. So since I've already used D, I wouldn't use D and D flat in the same scale. Okay, so I got my D major scale done. Now I'm not going to do this in the video, but on your own you get to write the G minor scale, and you also get to write any major minor scale of your choice, both ascending and descending, so going up and going down, using two or more rhythms. Now the problem that I'd run into is I don't have enough measures, and maybe I want to start my new scale at the beginning of a measure. So if I hover over just the top of the staff, there are these plus signs that pop up. If I hover over them, I can use these to add more measures. So let's say that I have written my G minor scale. I've written a scale that I chose. So then I'm going to go on to the last step of this assignment, which is to pick one of the scales that I wrote and to write four measures using only the notes in the scale. So I need to start and end on the note that's the name of the scale. So for example, I'm going to use the D scale, so I have to start and end on a D. I need to use different rhythms and add some dynamics. I also need to make sure to use C sharps and F sharps because they're part of the scale. So I'm just going to skip over a few measures. This would be, where you'd write your scales. And I'm going to go ahead and write my composition using the notes of the D major scale. So let's start. We'll start up on high D. Maybe we'll jump down to low D. And I'm going to write my four measures. I'll pause the video while I'll do that and be right back. Okay, so I have finished my composition. If you look through, all of my F's and all of my C's that I used are sharp, like they were in the scale, so I've done that right. To listen, just starting on one measure, you can always hover over the top and just click the play button there, instead of starting to play right from the beginning. Now the last thing is that I need to add some dynamics. So I'm going to click on the note, I'm going to click on the expression text tool, and I'd like this to start forte. So I'm going to click on that, and then if I hit any other key, then it's going to turn that into the fancy writing that's going to tell the player to play forte or play loud. And I need to add at least two dynamics, so let's make it go to, well, let's do mezzo piano here, medium soft. And maybe I'd like to end forte, so we'll put a forte in at the end. Of course, if you have any questions, please get in touch with me. Otherwise, have fun with this assignment.